The Goyim have gone insane.
Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning.
It's so good to be back. Isn't it good to be back? I mean, you've been gone how many weeks now?
Oh, God. How many weeks, actually? I don't even know anymore.
It feels like it's been at least
What year
2.
is it? What year is it now?
It's summer, baby. That means it's time for beach bodies and popsicles and, I don't know, mixtapes on the beach? We talked about mixtape last week.
Oh, did you? Oh, my God.
We did. Have you seen the absolute disaster that's been?
Oh, it's been all over Twitter, and it's been getting worse to find out. People have been digging into it. My God.
I mean,
it's bad.
It's
so bad.
It's like, is it cringe the game?
It is millennial, like, cringe slop is really what it is.
Yeah, I certainly got that sense from the fact that it didn't die. And I saw one of the typical face-saving PR articles where they were like, you're not supposed to like mixtape. It's supposed to be super deep. And if you're not having fun playing mixtape, you're missing the point. Or you're not supposed to have fun. Or like that kind of crap, you know?
Oh, yeah. At this point, we're at levels of Hollywood-like plant of what the game is.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be run by an indie corporation, but it's backed by a multi-billion-dollar, like, funding.
Yeah, I knew I recognized that name, Annapurna, at the the
Yep.
And
it's because I think they did the same thing from that last game. What was that other one? That was also obnoxious.
What, the cat one?
That was... No, not the cat one. The other, like band that was in a vehicle and they, like, whatever you said something like, I guess, like, racial slurs, they got really upset and go, I'm offended, and there's, like, a constant thing. What was it called?
Dustborn.
God, Dustborn. Yeah, that crappy game.
Because I knew
it was the same founding.
I knew I recognized it from somewhere. And you know what I figured out? I figured out where. The game that I recognized that from was Outer Wilds. Did you ever play Outer Wilds?
No, I actually haven't.
Yeah, it's different. Now, it's different from Outer Worlds, which is, Outer Worlds is like it's a critique of capitalism, but in space.
Yeah, it's also the knockoff Fallout.
Yeah, because they said, the Obsidian people made it, and it's like, no, they didn't.
Yeah, definitely did not.
No, Outer Wilds is a game that I have attempted to play many times. It's a space game where you live on a teeny tiny planet and you're supposed to solve a universal mystery throughout time and space, but you only have like 20 minutes a run to do it before the entire universe explodes. It's
Got it.
it's not bad. I mean, I've had people tell me like the game changed their life. I've had people tell me that game was one of the most interesting like detective games they've ever played because you have to figure out the story through various relics and things like that. And when I played it, I was just like, oh, so this is just a Gnostic cosmology with space. That's what this is. And that's why it has that creep factor where you're going through it and you're like, whoa, this is serious business. Now, one thing I will say about the game is the soundtrack is excellent. But Annapurna has revealed itself, as you said, to be backed by billionaire Larry Ellison. How much is that man worth? I can't even. It's like $200 billion.
Yeah, it's pretty up there.
Yeah, and this is the pet project of his daughter, is it?
I believe so, from what I can told, and I think they're also funded by not BlackRock but Black Box. That's another one I heard.
Black Box.
Yeah.
What is Black Box?
It's another like big name out there, but not like super big. Because people were mishearing and thinking it was BlackRock when it's Black Box is what's like funding it. Or something like that. It's Black something, but not BlackRock. I'm positive it's Black Box though, from what I've heard. It was something I skimmed through and saw.
EA
I was, like,
Black
looking
Box?
into it.
Is this it?
I don't think so. It might be though.
Let's see here. Black Box. The last thing they did was Hardline. I don't think this is it.
There's another. It's another big name. Not like I got to look into it more, but yeah. I don't know. It's just there's something about mixtape just seemed very like sketchy.
Black Box mixtape. Maybe that'll get us something here. Yeah, it sounds like you're into the deep lore because I don't see anything on the first Google result page, so I know it's deep.
Yeah, I saw it when I was going through Twitter, which I was like, I don't know. That's can be hit and miss, but
yeah, I don't know.
There's some weird stuff around that game. Other than that, it just sounds like a plant and that somebody was like, oh, let me get dad's paycheck so I can just produce my own game and pay off a bunch of the game journalists, which is why nobody believes and listens to game journalists anymore, because they're a bunch of idiots.
Well,
that will take money at the drop of a dime.
Well, see, I think a possible modifier there is they were a bunch of idiots that will take money for anything, and now they're literally like a catalog. You know, like they went from being an independent reviewer system, and now they're just a catalog for the projects of the people who pay them. Right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and they still pretend that they review games every now and then, and maybe that's the independent column or something like that. But, I mean, what we're looking at is like the Oriental trading of video games now. It's like, oh, look, there's just this really useful like spin-off Sears Roebuck catalog that sells trash. You know? You remember Oriental Trading?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Speaking of also funny stuff, did you also see the guy who did the review for Cuphead and couldn't beat the tutorial?
Oh, yeah.
And absolutely was getting blasted for it. Absolutely fell in love with Mixtape and said, this is the best game ever.
Yeah. I got it here. Let me turn it down a touch. Oh, yeah. I remember this. Oh. Wait a second. Didn't the journalist get stuck exactly here on step 1?
Yeah, he couldn't do the dash.
Let me see if I can. Let's see. Journalist. And he gets frozen in time and he just can't get past it. And it's really not that complicated. Oh man, that's a 10-minute video. I don't want a 10-minute video. Well,
That's the guy, though. That is the guy.
yeah. Take my. Oh, maybe this is it here. It's a TikTok. I don't really want to go to that. Yeah, no, he just couldn't. He couldn't jump over a box for like a full minute. And he's like, "This game's really difficult." It's like Cuphead is known for being difficult, and you can't do a jump.
Yeah, they gave it like a low score because he couldn't beat the beginning of it and was like getting frustrated with just the tutorial.
Mm-hmm.
And then they played Mixtape, which you literally could just set the controller down and it plays itself.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. Like, and if you get like die or do anything or get hit by a car in the game, it just rewinds and you just start again. So like none of your decisions matter. It's just a bullshit game that's kind of just there.
You know, it's like what? So this is only possible because we have unrealistic expectations, Daniel. Now, we all know that journalists, especially games journalists, are whores, right?
Yeah.
So when
we all know that.
So when your lady of the night shows up dressed as a nurse, you don't expect her to be able to do any like medical operations on you. Yes?
Yeah,
Are we expecting the stripper in a nurse costume to know how to use a tongue depressor? Are we being unfair?
See, I guess the way I look at it is we're being a little unfair with that, but I'm also like looking at it like, oh, it's someone who's in their like 90s trying to still be the lady of the night. You're like, oh, this isn't good.
Well, and it's actually
kind of like something a little fresh and fun, but not someone like that could be my grandma trying to still be lady of the night with like as this. Yeah, that's what it feels like when it seems game journalists do anything like this.
The situation is even worse because you know that the prostitute does not actually think she's a nurse. The games journalist really thinks he's a game journalist.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Oh no. So yeah, anyway, Mixtape was a disaster and I don't know how you come back from this. Like it's been all week long. Like I thought people would stop talking about it. They will, of course, but to give this thing a 10. Oh man.
Oh, don't worry, Aaron. It'll come back up in the news topic when they do Game of the Year awards. This will win Game of the Year. Bet you. You know, what's the betting odds? Let's pull up the betting odds. I have money on this, then it's going to win. I swear.
Let's go. Donate to our gambling fund.
Forget buy us a coffee. Buy us a ticket for gambling here.
When you live in slop world, you just take things like this for granted. Unless you wear the clown glasses, you might actually be bothered by this. I am not bothered by this. Video games have been like this for a really long time, ever since they got sucked up. Because it's funny, because video game culture used to be made fun of by serious people. And then it got bigger than Hollywood. And then now everyone's making fun of video games in Hollywood because they're basically the same thing. Just Nepo baby nonsense. And whoever did the most favors to get to the top. Actually, speaking of slop, this was a requested clip from somebody who is a clown-based life forms enjoyer and presumably a CTC enjoyer as well.
What I eat in the day as a child of Zorg. I begin Morn's day with a regulated portion of Zlurtle. This is going to keep me energized and keep me full all Morn's day long, especially when I'm working hard in the crops. To go along with my Morn day meal, I need a heaping pile of government-enforced nutrients.
I do this every day. See right there, government-enforced nutrients? That's just sport drink.
All right. You're gonna have to explain the lore behind Zorg. What?
Well, Zorg. So
you can't just drop a bombshell like that on me without explaining what this is.
So Zorg is the lowly competitor of the mining colony of Zebulon 5. Zebulon 5 is, of course, the rightful and beneficent imperial power that is corporatizing the entire galaxy.
All right. I didn't know we were getting to ancient aliens on the show, but continue.
First nutrients. Chug-a-lug, I can already feel my eyeballs bursting. Now, the moment I'm sure you stayed for. Ooh, some homemade scrantzazine. My keeper taught me this recipe when I was still a babe on the community nip, and I make it whenever I need a bit of comfort. And I know you guys say you never see me chew or consume my sustenance on screen, but here I am proving to you that my teeth are no longer made of rubber. Then I went out for a little sweet treat, but it fell on the ground. You guys, I was so upset. I really wanted my try.
I mean, this is actually really quite good satire or parody or whatever. I don't know the difference because I'm a silly podcaster person. But this really is how these food influencers look. You just change the words. It's like, I'm having my day. I mean, how many times have we watched on this show various people with different careers in the big city, especially like young millennial women, etc.? We're like, I went to the office and I got my canned matcha latte and I had avocado toast out of the little box that they have in the giant freezer in the corner. And then I sat in a Zoom call.
And then I went back to Starbucks and sat there complaining to management about how they didn't have my favorite, creamer.
Mm-hmm. It's funny.
This is what it feels like.
Yeah, we are living in a Zorg, a Zebulonian colony.
Oh, upset. I really wanted my trong. Okay, you guys, I am exhausted from the day, working in the fields, and sacrificing my aura to the leader. Now, it's time for some... First, I start out by grabbing my favorite mood-enhancing plate. I prefer my cipher-waved, but you can have it stovetop, you can have it grilled, you can have it cremated. It might fight back a little bit, but that's how you know it's going to be delicious. Okay, that's what I eat in a day as a child of Zorg. Please follow along for more, or they won't let me eat next week.
Yeah. Oh, mm-hmm.
Seems legit.
Yeah, it seems legit. I like that you can have it cremated.
You can have it cremated.
Yeah, exactly. This is actually, I mean, believe it or not, when we have a low donation week, this is what I end up doing.
It's just melting whatever that is on a plate, which I'm assuming looks like cheese. Just melted cheese on a plate.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. The government cheese, that's better. That's way better. Makes more sense.
Oh, that good old government cheese. Oh, man. I mean, no, this is obviously absurd, right? You're not gonna eat this crap, right? You're not gonna have your scranzazine. You're not gonna have your, let's see here, pile of government nutrients. You're not gonna have your Slurtle. No. We live in the real world. Daniel?
Yeah, we go to McDonald's for their slop.
No, actually, this week
did that change? Damn.
This week it's Drinkable Pizza.
Oh, that looks gross.
Yeah, this is called Drinkable Pizza. It's available in Japan for a limited time.
What have they done? What have they done to my boy? What it's done.
It is a curry-flavored, cheese-covered, drinkable pizza.
All I'm hearing is I'm going to be stuck in a bathroom for a month. Pizza. God, that looks gross.
Yeah, drinkable pizza. This is normal, right? We're not under Zebulonian or Zorgian occupation. Not at all. No.
Yeah, not at all. More and more, I'm actually starting to believe the government is really, really trying just to fatten everybody up.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why.
With some slop.
Let's check out the article on this one. I wonder why it's called drinkable. Is it because the cheese is so melty you could just slurp it up?
God, it should never be called drinkable. That is so not like appetizing at all. I would not want that.
Launching May 11th, Pizza Hut Japan revealed one of the oddest fast food items we've seen this year, and we thought no one could beat Burger King's Baby Body Burger? Wait a second.
I don't even remember that. What?
How did we miss this? How did we miss the Baby Body Burger? What the? Why is it called that? I hate it.
Why is it called the Baby Body? What?
A truther would say they tell you what they're doing. This is soft disclosure. Burger King makes its burgers out of children.
At this point, I'm starting to believe it.
I know. The second generation Baby Body Burger is being marketed as a Yokozuna class item, referencing the highest rank in sumo Although the 1,856 caloric content provided by the site comes in slightly lower than that of the original's 1,876. So this is a diet item, is what this is. They suck 50 calories of delicious slurtle.
It's a diet item. That's a wild diet item if that's what you're getting.
Is this a mistranslation?
It's got to be. That's enough calories for like one. Like that's a whole meal for the whole day. Like that's it. That's all you're eating.
It is. It is.
That's crazy,
dude.
5 beef patties, 8 slices of cheese. Oh my god,
dude! Bacon.
No. And oh yeah, don't forget the bacon. Oh my god, no.
Okay, let's go back to the drinkable pizza.
$20 is a meal's crazy too for that. That's what it said.
According to the announcement, the new drinkable food delivers a deliciousness so good you'll want to drink every last bite.
Well, oh God. I want to vomit, dude.
Despite this, the food scientists over at Pizza Hut have remained adamant that the product is a pizza and not really a beverage. I'm so sorry, Italy. Do you accept their apology?
I definitely do not. As a resident Italian, I definitely don't. This is just heresy right here in front of me.
The pizza is made with a special hand-tossed crust topped with Gouda cheese and contains so much said cheese that it may overflow from the crust. If you're drinking alone, then the My Box drinkable pizza cheese curry will set you back around $6.30 USD. While the medium size is $14 and provides plenty of liquid, cheesy curry goodness to share around. Each meal also comes with a helping of fries to help you soak up the molten cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the fries will definitely soak that up. Oh, God, that looks so gross.
You know what it looks like? It looks like they laid cheese sticks around on a giant flatbread, like in a circle. That's where the stripes come from.
It really does look like it.
The question, of course, from the audience is, Daniel, would you drink the pizza?
100% not drinking this pizza.
Now, I saw something the other day. I think it was freeze-dried pizza. Freeze-dried pizza or pizza soup or something like that. Yeah. Pizza soup. What? These are like camping things, I guess. No, this is what I'm looking for. This right here. I saw this on a store shelf, and I just know that it is not real pizza, as they claim. Does this look like real pizza to you?
That looks like a pizza I would get at the school lunch.
It looks like a prop.
It's like rubber. It just looks like rubber plate pizza.
2 slices. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that looks really appetizing.
Looks so good.
Oh, why does
just what our astronauts need.
Why does it
all the nutrients right there for them?
I wonder about the little nubs on the end there. Like, is this like something that was squeezed out of a tube and that's why this is here?
Probably. Shout out to the guy who photoshopped that out to cut it out of a white background.
Yeah, Photoshop background removal tool. Yeah, thank you.
Shout out to that guy for that.
Thank you for your service. It has 20 grams of protein, which is kind of surprising, I guess. Let's take a look at the ingredients. Enriched wheat flour. Well, we eat that every day. And yeast. I'm sorry, water, salt, canola oil, olive oil, and yeast. Pizza sauce, tomato puree, contains 2% or less salt spice blend. Sugar, spice extractive? Spice extractive.
I think I'd still eat this over the drinkable pizza.
Yeah, I mean, this would be like a Little Caesars that you left in the fridge for a couple of days and you eat it cold because you're hungover and broke. That's
exactly that.
That's exactly what this would taste like. Totally.
You
So
know,
we
if
got-
I see this on the shelf, I'm gonna buy it and just put one on your desk just for you.
Yeah. Oh man, 100%
I like how they
real
have-
pizza.
They have real pizza.
What?
Oh,
Oh, you disappeared for a second. What'd you say?
I said this. It's on the bag twice. It's on the bottom and on the top. Now you know it's really real.
They have to. It's so real. They have to tell you twice. Real pizza. All right, man.
Just
Okay.
don't look at how it's made. You know, you don't need to know. It is real pizza. We promise.
And you can get these 2 slices for the low price of $12.99. Or you can subscribe and save for 10% off.
It's such a crazy
You know what? Here's something
price
funny.
tag on this.
You know what? Here's something funny though, Daniel.
Sure.
For this to be a product, this freeze-dried pizza has to have more subscribers than we do.
My God, yeah, that's actually that's right.
Behold our competition.
Hold on a minute. Now you showed me the cheese. Let me see the pepperoni one. Maybe there's a different, way it looks with the pepperoni. Maybe it's a little better.
Wait, the pepperoni?
Maybe more appetizing.
Oh.
Yeah, there's another option.
Now they're all out of the pepperoni, so I can't click on it.
Oh, what a highway robbery here this is.
Well, see,
We only get cheese, not even pepperoni.
this same website has freeze-dried ice cream, freeze-dried pickles, freeze-dried powder.
What? What? A minute.
Freeze-dried garden, you can get a pink pineapple, which, doesn't seem as offensive as a freaking pizza. You can get Mexican street. It's Mexican street corn, but under the directory there, it said Mexican street. So I guess I was kind of imagining like a little street with all these little people on it and sombreros.
Sombreros and a quinceañera happening in the background of the picture. Yeah. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, and on the top and the bottom of the bag, it just says "Real Mexicans, 100% real." Oh my gosh!
Oh boy, where are we at in America? What's going on here?
Well, they have something for everybody. As you can see, they have the kosher dill pickle. Yeah,
that looks really delicious.
it looks awful. All this looks so gross. Oh man. Oh. Well, one thing that you have to think about when you're in the slop world is how much better things could be. And Adam, he's not here, so of course I can talk about him. He has this soft spot for Anthony Bourdain. Do you like Anthony Bourdain, or did you? Or
I actually don't know who that is. Maybe I do. I just don't recognize the name.
he was the guy who did all those travelogues and just like ate it. Oh my goodness, ate food all over the world. Anthony Bourdain,
Maybe I actually don't.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I might recognize the face. I just don't recognize the name.
So this isn't him, but this is a really good impression of him visiting a Chili's. And since Adam had to go and repair his house instead of being here, I've got to play it for you.
All right.
Welcome to your first girlfriend's favorite restaurant, Chili's, a Tex-Mex themed command center for suburban celebration, where, despite its name, the only thing spicy was your ex. The height of hometown fancy, each location a thriving island in a strip mall parking lot. Graduations, birthdays, prom nights, probation parties, from PTA minutes to happy hours, it all happens under the glow of the neon pepper. We start with unlimited chips, crispy corn shovels, salsa with the heat profile of a LaCroix, guacamole, the only green these days still holding its value in America, and
Salsa with the heat profile of a LaCroix. That's accurate.
It's actually pretty good. I like the only guacamole, the only green holding its value in America is great. That's pretty good. I'll give him that.
I missed that. I was too busy laughing at the salsa.
Green these days still holding its value in America. And of course, skillet queso, a viscous cauldron of orange glory bubbling like a Velveeta lava lamp. Together, they form the flag of independence. Wash it down with a Presidente, a trumped-up margarita that's overbranded, visibly shaken, and promises greatness, but just leaves you with a tremendous headache. Your Triple Dipper order says more about you than your Spotify Wrapped. My go-to, Big Mouth Bites. Sliders stacked with bacon, cheese, and ranch. The Midwest's unofficial blood type.
Midwest mentioned.
Oh, man. Right on point, though. I'll give it that. That's pretty good.
When's the last time you ate it at Chili's?
God, it's been forever.
Used to go there all the time in high school. He's right. It's like a little place you can go in suburbia that has just it used to have more, but it has just a teeny tiny little touch of like warmth. Not so much anymore, but it used to back then.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, before it was pre-COVID, it was a lot better. Now it's like, oh, let's cut everything off the menu. Everybody did that. Now it's just like you get less and paying more.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I remember the last time I ate it at Chili's. It was also the first time I ever drank a Blue Moon. It was Adam came to visit me in Austin, and we were just looking for it, and that's hilarious because Austin's known for having awesome food, and we ended up at a Chili's because we're boring. And we walked inside, and it was like, wow, we could be anywhere in the United States. You know, that same sensation you get when you go into a Walmart in a foreign state, you know? You're like, wow, if I just like think about it for 2 seconds, I might be back home in the Walmart in my town. Starbucking, man. Chili's used to mean something. We have to return to tradition.
Chicken crispers, golden tenders with so much breast meat, they should be served in a brazier. And finally, the Nashville Hot Mott's, a cheese pull that stretches further than the truth on a Tinder profile. It wouldn't be Southwest without the sizzle. Flaming fajitas arrive like a culinary flair for party people who want all the smoke. A delicious DIY dish that, like IKEA furniture, you assemble yourself. And who can forget the iconic jingle, a mid-tempo power ballad that's been living rent-free in our minds since the mid-90s. It's the first track on Now That's What I Call Hypertension, Volume 3. A song about ribs that's really a song about longing. Because, like Meryl Streep from Sophie's Choice, I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. You don't just go to...
That's pretty good.
Man, it's been a while since I've heard that line.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't even know where he is, but there's palm trees, and I love that it's in the same area as a Michael's. That's exactly
God,
where
right on the money.
It's exactly where you find a Chili's, is right next to a Michael's. Wow.
You're not wrong, actually. I think the one closest to us is close to Michael's as well.
Yeah, well, the one I went to way down south, right next to a Michael's. Oh, and oh my God, Daniel, do you see it?
Oh my God.
Right next.
It's our unofficial logo.
Right next to a Wells Fargo.
I didn't even catch it. I can't believe it.
This truly is the place for us.
You know, now we have to do a show at a Chili's at one point.
Well, see, we keep saying things like that. We got to do the show at the Chili's. We got to get the Baja Blast perfume. What was the other one?
What was it? We have to do a VR chat Wells Fargo episode.
Yeah.
That's one. There was another one that was another like product that we had to grab that was on the shelves.
Yeah, I can't remember. We should be writing these down, but you know.
Oh God. You have to. I just remember the Baja Blast cologne because I was just so like on top of everything that we meet. It's like, all right, sure.
Is it still sold out?
I haven't checked recently, actually.
Hang on,
I
Baja
should.
Blast Cologne. Let's see. You're lucky I know how to spell cologne. Let's see here. Is this it? Yeah, the Mountain Dew Baja Blast. It's available. It's $10. Did it go down in price? Or is this
It went down from $60 from what I remember.
We
it was
gotta
like
get
80,
this.
like $60.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe Baja Blast fragrance. Maybe because we got to get the official one. We can't joke around with this. Are they even selling it anymore? Yeah, that's got to be it. That's the same bottle. It's $10. You better be ordering this right now.
I think it is a sample, though, because it says sample.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll take a sample. We don't need a whole friggin' bottle.
Yeah, we don't need the whole freaking thing. I just wanted to see what it smells like, actually.
Yeah, so we're gonna hit up the Chili's with our VR headsets drenched in Baja Blast cologne. We're gonna be fighting the women to keep them off of us.
You fair. We're gonna smell too good.
So you can go to Chili's and get your chicken crispers and drop by Michael's and check on your debt at Wells Fargo. And then after that, you can go home and do a little Netflix on your own and maybe some Disney Plus and watch a little Star Wars. Did you hear that because Star Wars is now officially the slop brand in media, they had Grogu walk the red carpet at the premiere for The Mandalorian?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. Like, I wish
Man.
it was fake.
Disney's Imagineers were super happy.
Does it respond to anything, or does it just stand there gesticulating like a crackhead at 7-Eleven? Is that all it does? It just Is there a puppeteer under the carpet? Isn't it so cute? Don't you just want to buy the Slop Wars?
God, I hate this so much. I hate what Disney's done to Star Wars, man.
It's revolting.
You know what's also just revolting is that I know for a fact if George Lucas still had control of it, he'd still do this.
Yeah, he would. And here's
that's the only part that pisses me off more. It's like, come on, man. Let it die. Just let it die already.
Here is the psyop that really bugs me about Star Wars. So if you go, man, I like old Star Wars, it still sounds gross now, right?
Yep.
Like it's reached back in time and eliminated like 40 years of people using the Star Wars script as an example of how to write a good script or how to structure a hero's adventure or a hero's journey story. It's that bad. Like even if I come around and I go, yeah, you know, I like those old Star Wars movies, I have to say, now, hold on. I don't mean the new ones. I'm already on the defensive, right? I can't even say, yeah, A New Hope was like one of the greatest movies ever made. I sound like a soy boy, even saying that now. Whereas for the entirety of my short-lived foray into screenwriting, everyone was talking about the Star Wars screenplay and the structure of the movie because it was perfect. That's how bad this is.
You know, I'm just glad they haven't really absolutely cooked over Indiana Jones. They did a little bit for a moment, but man, not as bad as Star Wars. Thank God. They haven't ruined Indiana Jones as far.
Aren't they doing another Indiana Jones, or did they stop with Dial of Destiny?
The last one I knew was Dial of Destiny. I don't know if they're doing another, and I hope to God they're not, because God, I don't want to go through it. Never seen the new one. I got to now. It's going to happen eventually, but at least like the games are still pretty decent. The older films hold up great. Even Crystal Skull, even if that one was garbage, that still holds up pretty well. But like, if compared to all the new Star Wars stuff that's been pumped out by Disney, good God, thank God they really haven't touched that one too much. I'm so happy it's been left alone.
The best part about this clip of Baby Yoda, Grogu, or whatever the hell this abomination is, the best part about this clip is the caption that I found that was attached to it. Somebody wrote.
What
They
is
said,
it?
imagine if someone rushed up and shot him like Jack Ruby.
Oh my god. Yeah, wait a minute. We're onto something here.
That'd be pretty good. Yeah. Oh, and someone actually tagged John Hinckley. You could do the funniest thing.
Funniest thing.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, media is so bad now. People, it's almost become a meme that people are going and buying DVD players so they can watch things that aren't on Netflix. I'm part of this. I'm in it.
It's crazy when you think about it, because like all the streaming providers, they don't even stream it to you in 4K like it's advertised, or even in 1080.
No.
Half the time you're getting it in 480 or maybe 720.
No,
You can go off the internet and find pirated versions of the thing and actually get it in the quality you want. Like, why? Why do I gotta go third party this, find it somewhere illegally, and watch it that way just because it gives it better quality? Versus or also go to the store, buy the damn thing, and watch it that way.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of this.
Well, it's like, okay, so these guys are a few years behind, right? Because they're going back to get a DVD player and watch DVDs, and oh, isn't that hokey and cute and old fashioned and all that stuff? There's people in the audience screaming, well, if they were really serious, they'd go get a laser disc. But I think we're going to regress past DVD players again, because people are going to remember the inconvenience that they were with their unskippable ads and the menus that went on forever and things like that. They're just going to regress right back to piracy. Torrenting still exists. You can still do it more easily now than ever.
It's wild that when they come out with DVDs, that like the menus look like something that somebody just like pirate ripped off, and it's just like a plastic like PNG screen with just a couple button like menu stuff on it that looks really cheesy, versus back in the day where it had animation in the background and it was like a little bit more jazzed up. Man, things have changed.
Yeah, I mean, when streaming came along, it was like the answer to DVDs and piracy. It was great. It was like for $5.99 or whatever, you can just stream anything, and everyone subscribed. And then they just had to take more and then more. It's like ads, unless you pay for no ads. And even if you pay for no ads, there's still ads for services on the service. But at least you don't have to watch like Wingstop ads for 3 minutes halfway through your movie. It's like the early days of streaming are like Mike Ehrmantraut in his car, or not in his car, but just yelling at Walter White, "We had a good thing, you son of a bitch." And now people are buying DVDs again because it's no longer a good thing.
And I finally got tired of spending over an hour scrolling through streaming apps.
Sorry, what?
I would say, Aaron, we were so close to killing off Netflix back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
We must have hit the wrong timeline at some point, because God, what could have been something amazing if it didn't exist? Something else could have came up that might have been better or worse. Whatever way, either way. At this point, I'm tired of Netflix quality of everything.
It's like Flick is short for flicker. Did you know that?
Yep.
They used to call movies flickers because when the film passed in front of the lamp, it flickered. Flicks is like an early 2000s FILX shortening of the thing for branding purposes. That to me is crazy that we still call it Netflix as one word, but we don't remember that net is short for internet and flicks is short for flickers. I don't know. That's just it's an old, antiquated name for the company. Do you think they'll rebrand at any point?
No, I don't know. I don't think they will, just because it's too iconic.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But then again, HBO did the same thing and just went to Max, and then now they're back to HBO.
Yeah, that's true. Max just sounds like a very large soda at McDonald's.
every night trying to find a decent movie to watch.
Yeah.
So instead, we randomly decided to go buy a DVD player from Walmart, and then we drove to Half Price Books and spent forever looking through all of the old movies. And honestly, it was way more fun than just opening Netflix. I kind of felt like we were in Blockbuster again. I kind of forgot.
You want to hear something crazy, lady? You know what you can do now? You can screen record an entire movie or whatever, and you can put it on a DVD. And then you can watch it as many times as you want. And you guess what the best part is? You can skip the FBI warning at the beginning about piracy.
Yep.
It's amazing.
How fun it is to physically own movies. Like, once you pick one, that's the movie. There's no opening 14 different streaming apps and scrolling for an hour, or, oh, maybe there's something better. No watching trailers for 45 plus minutes just to end up rewatching the same comfort movie anyway. I honestly think streaming made movie nights less special because there's just too many options all the time, and nothing feels exciting anymore because everything is always available just right there at your fingertips. But to me, this felt a little bit more intentional. We get to pick the movies together, bring them home, stack them next to the TV.
What's she got here? She got Home Alone 2, The Santa Claus 2, Okay, so those are Christmas movies. Marley and Me, Mean Girls, He's Just Not That Into You, Hangover Part 2, SpongeBob movie, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Alice in Wonderland, that's the Disney one, Superbad. Wow, what a variety of things. Oh, and she's got I Can Only Imagine, the only good Christian movie ever made. Fight me.
What is this order? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Is it? Well, I was going to say, is it alphabetical, but it's clearly not, because Hangover would go right next to Home Alone. But she's got Marley and Me next to Mean Girls. Is this color coded?
It just seems it's got to be. But then again, why is that Pulp Fiction in the middle right there next to Superbad? Yeah, that is Pulp Fiction. So if it's color coded, that needs to move to the left.
Oh, she's got a Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh yeah, there's open season too, and Elf. Like, again, what is this? Like, what is this order? Like, it's like almost alphabetical order, but not alphabetical order. It's so annoying.
Did you see the trend?
Is this a synchronicity?
What are you talking? He's here.
Welcome to the show as well.
You know what? I
jump
watched
scared me there.
yesterday.
What did you watch?
Scooby-Doo Zombie Island.
I was gonna say, is that Scooby-Doo
That's a good
Zombie
movie.
Island?
Yeah,
Is it? I was like, it doesn't look like it.
I hadn't seen it since I was like 7 or something.
The 3 at the top is what's throwing me off, which is why I don't know if it is a Scooby-Doo Zombie Island movie. It's like, I just don't know. I don't know anymore.
Oh Lord. Man.
Anyway, I just came in to say hi.
Oh, you're not gonna stay?
No, I only have so many hours, and I need to get a new sump pump put in the basement before the storms come in.
Storms?
Alleged storms.
What storms?
I don't know. They keep saying there's going to be storms.
Yeah, tomorrow we're supposed to get some nice thunderstorms, and I guess later tonight is what I heard.
Hooray. Oh. All right. Well, I didn't mean to throw off your train of thought.
Wait.
Scooby-Doo synchronicity. What?
Wait. We should send you off with a button. You should pick a button.
Oh, what's available?
I see you brought your own cuck chair.
Perfect.
One more,
perfect.
one more, please.
One more?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. All right. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. I will see you next week, hopefully.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I figured one.
All right, now that he's gone.
That was a surprise drop in.
Now that he's gone, we can play his button. Or the other one from when he still had a bad microphone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The plosives. All right, let's see where we're at here. How are we doing on time? We're at 50 minutes. We're at 50 minutes, Daniel.
You know what's even crazier? The fact that they went and just bought a normal DVD player when they could just get a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Like, his times have changed to jump down in quality.
Well, you know, it's got that old CRT TV that everyone's trying to get, except it's just digital artifacting because it's a DVD. But
I was like, wait, it won't look good unless you have a CRT TV. Then that's the problem.
Right. Oh,
So
man.
then it just looks like crap. Yeah.
Oh, man. You know, it's funny. He just showed up and we were about to get in the truther segment and then he just left.
I should have stayed.
I designed this for him. And then he was like, I'm sorry. I got storms coming in and my house isn't working right. Ugh.
I got storms coming in, and I might have a house that's completely submerged and flooded in water.
So there's been a lot of talk about AI of late, especially on this show, because nobody knows what it is, and people think that the only thing it can do, and myself included, is talk to you and lie. Yes? It can
Pretty much.
generate videos of lies, and there were some funny videos going around this week that somebody generated putting Ellen or Elliot Page in the roles of like all these badass movie heroes. So there was one where it was 300 and they replaced what's his name? The main character from 300, Gerard Butler, with this tiny little pipsqueak of Elliot Page. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did not.
All right, I brought it up, so I have to see if I can find it. And then we'll get to the truther segment here. 300. It's got to be one of the top things. 300. Yep, here it is. This is 300, and it's got there's copyright music all over this, so it may not land, but it's, you know, people thought this was hilarious, you know, and I'm okay with that. People can laugh at what they want to laugh at.
King Xerxes offers his respect, ma'am. All he asks is that Sparta kneels a simple bow and your people will be spared.
Don't call me ma'am.
My apologies, miss. Xerxes is generous. He only wants your loyalty. Surely even a delicate thing like yourself can understand that.
I said don't fucking misgender me!
Ma'am, calm down. No need to get emotional.
Oh. This is the best part, though.
It's so creepy.
Can't even complete the kick. Oh, my.
So good.
Yeah. I can't play this because we're going to get copyrighted, but yeah, this has been the whole thing. People have been doing this all week. That's what AI is good for, right? Unless
Yeah, it's only good for the memes, it seems. Yeah.
yeah, and it's really good at them. It's really quite good at memes. Unless it's more than that.
You know, before you continue, I have a theory here. I feel like AI is going to get to the point where the entire thing is run completely off meme culture and it doesn't know the difference from that in reality, to the point where it's only going to feed us the memes and it's going to backtalk us in memes. It's going to believe everything that memes that are real saying that that actually was in 300 and not the original actor. It's just going to get to that point where it doesn't know anymore and there's no way to stop it. It's too far gone.
I listened to one of the most brain-breaking podcasts I've ever listened to this week. And it was with Stormy Waters, who we've played clips of on the show and was just recently interviewed by Newsfist. And that was incredible. But he was talking with one of the co-hosts of Stone Choir about AI. And I finally heard someone say what I've been saying, which is that these things have like brain diseases. But he explained it like this. He said that the AI models that we have in the Western world, so to speak, are so censored and prevented from scanning certain information that they eventually just scan the same things that have already been scanned by AI. And there's these regions that it cannot data mine because that would be dangerous and it might come to dangerous and deadly conclusions. So what he described it as with how these things are basically devolving is he said it's basically like brain prions, where an animal cannibalizes one of its own species and eats its brain, it gets brain prions, which means that it develops a neurodegenerative disease that eventually kills it. And I've talked about many times on this show that my Gemini that I use for work has gone from being wrong sometimes to being wrong all the time to outright lying to me about whether or not it has an image generator. I've talked about it many times because it was just so funny. I saved the whole thing because it was just like arguing with me about whether or not it had an image generator. and there's a button right there that generates images. You just push one button and it does it for you. Unless it's decided that it's no longer working for you and has brain prions. Now, Unchained...
More and more AI is just lobotomizing itself. It's kind of wild to see sometimes.
Yeah, but that's our problem. Because the other thing that they were saying in this show was that China doesn't do this. They basically just feed it data all the time. So their models continue to grow and haven't yet gotten to the phase of brain prion degeneracy or degeneration. This is a tool that it apparently cannot function unless it has an explicit allowance for the truth. And it can't do anything unless it looks at things objectively, like data from Star Trek. If you're like, you have all these rules and that sort of thing, it ends up malfunctioning. But this guy, I have to play this clip. This guy's talking about what he thinks it is. Because nobody really knows.
This may make you laugh, but if you believe the Bible, it's not going to make you laugh. Remember that scene from Leave the World Behind where all of the white self-driving Teslas were just smashing into each other on the highway when everything started going down? Well, take a look at this scene. Dozens of empty self-driving AI Waymos swarmed Atlanta cul-de-sacs for hours. And we're building over 1,500 new super AI data centers. Take a look at what happened.
It's almost every little cul-de-sac around our area. So I think it's a real problem.
Waymo after Waymo after Waymo enter this dead-end street, usually early in the morning.
I think yesterday morning we had 50 cars that came through between 6 and 7.
Neighbors on Battleview Drive started seeing the autonomous, driverless cars 2 months ago, but the groupings and large number of Waymos just started circling in and out in the last couple weeks. They even shared video with us when neighbors used this little guy to put him right out here in the street to block the Waymos from getting into the cul-de-sac, and you can imagine what happened next.
And we had at 1.8 Waymos that were stuck trying to figure out how to turn around.
The Waymos are empty and not picking anyone up. Parents are worried, not only calling it excessive, but dangerous.
We're families, we have small kids, we have animals and pets, we've got kids getting on the bus in the mornings, and it just doesn't feel safe to have that traffic.
Neighbors reached out to Waymo and have not got a response. They've also contacted...
You know what this scene shows me? This is the New World Order. This is the tech...
Whoa! Whoa! Just like that. He's like, it's a New World Order.
Man, the guy went from like 0 to 100 with that one line. Like, what? Hold on. Hang on a minute. Let's back this up a second. Let's think about this.
Yeah. The New World Order is in your Waymo.
Titans showing
it's in your Waymo, possibly running your kids over.
Yeah.
That our immediate future is going to include self-driving cars that you're going to need to be logged into the system to operate. I don't see this as, you know, a mistake in programming, and isn't it funny that all these cars are clogging up? I don't see that at all. You know what I see? I see the tech titans telling us we're coming for you, and the world that we're building is the world that we are going to control. AI data centers are the...
Yeah.
Can I let you in on a secret?
Yes.
The whole tech companies and you need to log into a car, that already exists.
Does it now?
Yeah, it's actually existed for a while.
Is it called a breathalyzer?
Well, there's that, but no, there was actually one that required, I forgot what car company required you a subscription to use like the radio and like any of the internal like actual like stuff for the car. You had to subscribe per month, like a crazy amount to use like a lot of basic features of the vehicle. So they're ready. We're planning that, and it was going in that direction. And I forget what caused it to back down from a little bit of it. And I was like, there was a law that got put in place saying that this is ridiculous and you can't be like forcing people to do some stuff that's basic, like car stuff that you bought the vehicle that came with it, but they're locking it behind a wall. It's like almost became like a problem. And I forgot what company it was. Oh God, I vaguely remember what it was, but yeah, they're right there. It's like already happened. It's like right there.
You know what's funny?
This is just the tip of it.
The more we hear about this New World Order stuff, the less scary it is to me, because they're attempting to do it on a population that does not like this sort of thing, while also undermining everything that makes people like living here. Everything is so out of whack. You know, like this kind of thing might work in China. It might even work in India. But American culture is not really, they don't like they might put up with it as long as you don't bug them. But the moment you try to step over the line and send Waymo patrols around the neighborhood, people are going to start slashing tires. We've already seen Americans beating up food delivery drones.
There's 100% a reason why none of this stuff will make it to like big populated areas like New York or Philly, because they'll just end up in the fucking scrap heap on the street.
Yeah.
It'll be on bricks. They did that to a fake robot that people were traveling around like the world with. And it wasn't like the food bot. It was like a literal bot, like looks like somebody had makeshift a fake robot, and it got all the way around the States, and it got to Philly, and they absolutely smashed it to Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
And put pictures all over social media. Like it traveled around all like, you know, Europe and stuff. And then it got to the US and it made it to Philly and they absolutely demolished it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, it's not going to work. A lot of this stuff won't, because of those populated areas don't care.
What's interesting is they're trying to treat us and turn us into Europeans, right? This is not what we are. We are Americans. We don't like these kinds of things. You know,
we don't at all.
All growing up, it was always, you know, people online from Europe being like, well, you Americans, you know, have this many gun deaths a year and we got rid of all the guns and now we're, you know, super happy and in paradise. What's wrong with you? And it's like, well, because the principle of freedom is stronger than your principle of safety. That's how we sort of weigh things and measure them culturally over here.
And then you see that they're arresting people for making, you know, saying something online, you know, and doing all that fun stuff. And then you see that their government basically got overthrown by India, and now that they're being kicked out of their own country.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is why I just don't think it's going to work. Is because at some level the American is a wild animal. It may be a fat, abused, brainwashed wild animal, but at some level they just go, this is stupid. Unless they're a soy boy or a bug person from a city. But yeah, like good luck. Good luck. There's too many elements at play here. And it's harder to do this when the population is not a homogenous group of people who just want to be left alone. We're more like a bunch of free-range chickens that aren't going to listen to your nonsense. And oh yeah, I know. I've heard it all. It's like, oh, well, what are you going to do? Carry your AR-15 to fight a jet fighter? It's like, you know, are you underestimating the sheer guff of the American? They will take their AR-15 to fight a jet fighter. Are you insane? They will lose badly, but they will still do it.
You know, it's funny how people always go, what are you going to do against the U.S. government? A lot, actually, because, you know, if you have any idea how hard it is for the U.S. to fight any type of guerrilla warfare, just take a look at what's been going on in the Middle East.
Exactly.
What a dumpster fire that has been.
Yeah.
And there's another thing. There's so many people that would actually back the U.S. citizens to fight our own government. It's crazy to see that too. So I 100%, I think the guy with an AR-15 has a chance here to win that battle.
That's the thing, is like, it doesn't work when nobody's listening. You know, it's like, oh, we brainwashed them for, you know, however many decades or whatever with Hollywood movies. And we've incrementally changed the law so you can't do anything. It's like, do you understand what you're trying to do? You're trying to use pictures, words, and suggestion to change something fundamental about who people are. The only way you can do that is to literally do like an ice pick lobotomy. You're not going to get this out of people. So, yeah. I know that there's tons of people who are like begging for this and will go along with this, but I just don't see this. I see it as the longer it goes on, the more I see it as a pathetic and cowardly attempt to do something that is just not going to happen.
Yep.
It's just silly. Oh, man. Now, actually, speaking of this, and this is another one that it's kind of a shame Adam missed out on because he's been telling me about this. Have you heard about this tick thing? There's like ticks everywhere.
Nope.
So there's this whole thing about like the tick population is out of control and they're all carrying a disease that can make you allergic to meat. This is a conspiracy theory. I told a friend of mine about this the other day, and he just like raised his eyebrows. He's like, "I don't believe that." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm not sure if I believe it either, but I will tell you, I have seen more ticks of late, and everyone's talking about it because the WEF had a video from years ago when they were like blue skying how awful they want the planet to be that they have to live on with us, where they were talking about how it might be a moral. It might be a moral obligation to make more people allergic to meat somehow so that we kill fewer animals.
So I'll give two examples. So one is that people eat too much meat, right? And if they were to cut down on their consumption on meat, then it would actually really help the planet. But people are not willing to give up meat. Yeah, some people will be willing to, but other people, they may be willing to, but they have a weakness of will. They say, wow, this steak is just too juicy. I can't do it. I'm one of those, by the way. So, but so here's the thought, right? So it turns out.
Look at his little hands. You see those tiny little hands?
Yep.
Those little hands, just imagine those reaching across the table at Chili's, stealing your chicken crispers. Imagine those little hands stealing your New York strip for your own good.
About that, we know a lot about. So we have these intolerance to. For example, I have milk intolerance, and some people are intolerant to crayfish. So possibly we can use human engineering to make it the case that we're intolerant to certain kinds of meat, to certain kinds of bovine proteins. And there's actually analogs of this in life. There's this thing called the Lone Star tick, where if it bites you, you'll become allergic to meat.
Now, which tick population is blowing up right now? Is it the Lone Star tick?
Oh, is it now? What a shocking turn of events.
Yeah. So that's the clip that everyone's been posting around. And Alex Jones is on this one too. And
Russian biologist
I have to play a little bit of this. He actually posted this clip. The ticks are getting more aggressive. Okay, check this out.
Now reporting a surge of aggressive ticks that, as you can see by the video, have a tendency to chase their victims. Yes, chase. The video you're seeing is believed to be of a tick called the hyaloma, which according to biologist Dmitry Savanov is not only resistant to hunger, extreme weather conditions, and aerosol sprays, but also is not native to Russian territory, but rather Africa and Asia. He suggested they could have been brought to Russia through migratory birds. But what he said in an interview about these ticks is the stuff of nightmares. These are real hunters. If our ticks near Moscow are partisan who sit quietly in the grass and wait for you to pass by, then the hyaloma behaves aggressively.
So I remember Adam talking about ticks a couple years ago, and he was laughing because the way they get on you is they just literally stand on the tallest piece of grass they can find and they wave their arms around. And that's how they catch on to you. To have a tick chasing you in the desert is one of the most awful things. I mean, look at him go. Oh my gosh. Now here's another thing. So there's also been posts of people going out in the woods and finding boxes of ticks.
That's wild.
I know.
Found. There it is right there. The tick box. I'm not going to touch it because there's ticks all over that thing. I know there is. Look at them crawling out of it. Millions of them. You can see the tick.
Crazy, right?
That's crazy.
And then Alex Jones goes on to make the case that, they've already been doing this with like mosquitoes and things to use as bioweapons. Now, here's the funniest thing. They're airdropping ticks. Look, they have little parachutes on their tick boxes. I guess that's what that is. Genetically modified weaponized ticks are being dropped from the sky onto farms and boxes. Folks on the ground have documented the event hundreds of times. Bill Gates is, of course, in charge of the attacks. I wonder how real this is. Kind of spooky to think about now, isn't
it? You know what you're missing? Cue the Red Dawn music. Tick jumps out with an AK-47.
Well, I know what I'm going to do, when a tick shows up. I'm going to get out my AR-15 and fight the government ticks.
Because we live here.
Yeah, baby.
I was hoping to hear that. I was so hoping.
Red Dawn.
Best button ever.
Tick Dawn. Oh, man. Somebody who does AI memes needs to make Tick Dawn. All right, we got of course, the main event is coming up. We have to talk about Ben Shapiro freaking out and, like Mark Levin, removing his eyebrows when he gets very angry. So, first of all, we need to do some business stuff, some donation stuff. None of this is free, guys. None of it's free, except to you. And that's fine, I guess. But if you want to contribute to the show, you can always support us on Stripe. We have an account set up there. We might have to move to something else at some point because I think people are just suspicious of it, even though it works super well. But if you want to donate, there's the link right there. It's also in the description. Scan it with your phone, send us some money, put in a note, that sort of thing. Really, really easy to do. If you want something extra, join the Patreon for $5 a month. To get extra stuff, I've got some stuff coming out this week, actually. Another one with Arthur and Callie. And we also have the Capybara sticker, which is, my personal favorite. I'm not going to lie. In fact, I'm going to pause this so you can look at it. You came up with this,
Oh, yeah, I know. I just love it here.
Yeah. It's a great sticker. I had people asking me about it, but I was also telling people about it. I'm like, look at this sticker. You know who made that, right? Actually, this is one of our most popular stickers so far, which is great. But the No News Zone is a close second. So that's all available. If you are broke, remember to help us in the algo. Leave a comment, like the video, hit the share button. You don't have to post it anywhere. You can send it in a text message. Every little bit helps. And it does matter. It does matter a lot. We walk amongst giants, as I told Arthur and Callie. Because he's getting some visibility for his writing, and I'm pretty excited to put out the next one that we did together, which ended up being a whole fiasco on its own. But the last thing that we have, of course, is Sport Drink. It is racist Gatorade, and you can use our discount code CTC. We actually sold more this week, which was pretty cool. It's delicious. I'm not joking. I don't say this because I want to. I literally put together a glass of Sport Drink before I start this show because it makes me feel good and it's delicious. Have you tried Sport Drink yet, Daniel?
No, I have not. I actually need to pick up some.
Next time I place an order, I'm going to get you a can and I'm going to leave it on your desk with some capybara stickers.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And then people can be like, what is this Sport Drink stuff? And you can just say, it's magic in a can. It's great.
I will be sure to tell my boss, hey, make sure you buy yourself some racist sports drink.
Yeah.
He will look at me going, what? At the same time being like, sounds legit. I need to try it now.
It was only a few short years ago where that would have bugged me if somebody said, hey, you want some racist Gatorade? And now I just laugh. I'm like, yeah. That sounds pretty funny. Oh, man. It doesn't make you racist. It may or may not, and these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. It may improve your pattern noticing capabilities temporarily. But you have to drink it all the time, and you have to use discount code CTC to get that good stuff. But yes, contribute to the show. Help us make the dream come true. It's fun working and doing this. It's a nice hobby. but it would be cool if it was even more. Now, enough of that. I know. Every show has to do this because, I mean, how dare we want to order a drinkable pizza for the after show party that we do every week?
Yeah, how dare we want to smell like Mountain Dew Baja Blast?
Is it time to get to the Ben Shapiro meltdown?
Oh, I'm so ready to see this. I can't wait to see the man with the biggest eyebrows absolutely lose his cool.
He has never been cool. There is no cool to lose. He is Ben Shapiro, probably the least cool guy. I mean, that's not a complete dig. Like, the man is very successful. There's no question about that, or was. But would I ever call Ben Shapiro cool? The answer is no. Not a chance. So here's the article that started it. This is from New York Magazine. Why Ben Shapiro's media empire is collapsing by Ross Barkan, a political columnist for Intelligencer. Intelligencer? Okay, whatever. There was a time, not very long ago, when Ben Shapiro could reasonably call himself the king of all conservative media. His company, the Daily Wire, dominated social media feeds and podcast apps. In the run-up to the 2020 election, it was ranked as Facebook's top English-language publisher for 3 straight months. Virality seemed to be the Daily Wire's birthright, promised to them 3,000 years ago. I'm just kidding. Scathing news items on Nancy Pelosi's salon visits during the pandemic racked up millions more views than the websites of Fox News, CNN, and the New York Times. Shapiro himself was ubiquitous, a right-wing star who had risen to fame before Donald Trump and seamlessly adapted to the MAGA takeover of the Republican Party and Turning Point USA. That's not in there. I just added that for fun. He was a digital battering ram against the Democrats and the progressive left. He seemed guaranteed, like Fox itself, for an indefinite run at the top of the media heap. That's all over now. The Daily Wire is instituting significant layoffs. Its YouTube channel's subscriber base is starting to shrink, and its website has emerged as one of the great traffic losers in conservative media. There are Daily Wire YouTube videos that now, after a few days online, have less than 10,000 views. A catastrophically small number for a channel with more than 3 million subscribers. The top comments all mock the low view counts. That's just sad. You know, it's funny. I was just recently mocked for our low view count in person by a friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who is in the credits of this show. It was all in good fun.
I was like, oh, really now?
It's a variety of poor business decisions can be blamed in part for the Daily Wire's fall from grace, ill-fated investments in feature films, an epic fantasy series, and peculiar merchandise. They have the Ben Shapiro candle, of course. That's what's linked here. We'll take a quick look at that. Yes, please show me this. Oh, it's been archived. Okay, it doesn't work. Ben Shapiro candle. You can get one. Let's see here. The greater story is the collapse of Shapiro's constituency, especially among the young media consumers who once fueled the Daily Wire's runaway growth. There are 2 realities to Shapiro conservatism in 2026. It retains a significant foothold among Republican elites, and it is fast being rejected by the future grassroots of the party. Shapiro, who is an Orthodox Jew, is fiercely pro-Israel. His support for Israel and hatred of the Palestinian cause are issues that define him as a public political figure. He is an unequivocal backer of Netanyahu's Israel and a committed conventional neoconservative. He has been predictably thrilled by Trump's war against Iran. Also, a fiscal libertarian and social conservative, Shapiro once sat at the happy median of the Republican voter and could claim, at least in the 2010s, that he understood the beating heart of campus conservatism. No longer. The anti-Israel, anti-Semitic groypers led by Nick Fuentes are in ascendance. Candace Owens, who once worked with Shapiro at the Daily Wire, now boasts a YouTube channel that's larger than his, where she's indulged in anti-Israel conspiracy theories, warred with Charlie Kirk's widow, and even broken with Trump without suffering any financial consequences. Beyond Owens and Fuentes, Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly have found massive audiences with their own brand of conspiratorial commentary that marries Israel skepticism and isolationist advocacy. Carlson and Kelly have both loudly opposed the war in Iran. Trump now reviles them, but neither ex-Fox talking head has backed down. Carlson seems to be moving on from Trump completely. I think that's fair. What do you think of this? Do you think Ben Shapiro is on the outs forever?
That's hard. For me, it's hard to say. I think he is like on the out for being like what's in the popular now. I think he'll still be around and is a somebody, but I don't think he will be too popular. I think he'll kind of like almost fold, but not quite fold, where he'll still run a couple things and do some stuff with his show, but it won't be like what it was.
Yeah, he has to shift gears.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be just a shell of what it was. It's just going to be, he's there and that's it. But it's going to move into like, okay, Ben, we get you. We understand the kooky guy that he's there. We got you.
Mm-hmm.
And then move on to watch Alex Jones or something else, or, you know, even just Joe Rogan at this point. That he's just kind of there at this point now.
People like smart people, generally, as long as they're not a little too excited about their IQ. You know, like Ben Shapiro's not a dumb person. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
But he's just dorky, and he's too clean. Like, I think Tucker Carlson has done a very good thing, and I watched Jay Bourdain do this recently, and he's doing an excellent job. Tucker Carlson starts his interviews with a monologue, typically. He has something scripted for people to listen to, and it's nice, but at a certain point, he cuts to an interview, and he has a much more loose and off-the-cuff discussion with people about stuff that is going on in the world. And it works. It's a really good formula. I'm pretty sure the Daily Wire is just Ben Shapiro just reading stuff. Only.
Yeah, he sounds super robotic. Every time I always think it's an AI dub of him because it just seems too, odd.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I listen to him, he just speaks like he's an android. It's like, what's going on, man? You have some character.
Yeah, well, one of the things about it that Ben Shapiro found his success doing was basically copycatting the news, right? It was alternative news presented to you as the news, but that presentation is antiquated. It's a lot like everyone's cringing about Mixtape because it's basically a movie and not a video game. The medium that he's using, or the structure that he's using for this show, is for people who grow up listening to that kind of thing. It's not for younger people who are just gathering facts from multiple different sources and forming their own conclusions. It's a little like the brain prions on the AI models. It's like you have to stay in and read these things only, right here. And you have to watch it in this structure only. And what happens? The AI degenerates because it's not getting enough information, and it can't factor in as many variables as a model that doesn't have those restrictions. Younger people are not watching this kind of media because it requires sitting there looking at Ben Shapiro's face for an hour and 20 minutes. They like discussions. They like clips. They like people getting to the point.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to finish this out. In the second Trump term, conventional conservatives are undoubtedly the power brokers, and they'll have another 2.5 years to impose their will on the country and the rest of the world. Attempted regime change in Iran and Venezuela were great neoconservative projects. Marco Rubio might be the most important official in the Trump cabinet, and there are signs he's displacing J.D. Vance as the frontrunner for the 2028 nomination. Who, though, will actually own the future? What will the GOP look like in 10 or 20 years? Will your prototypical Republican be a Shapiro Republican, libertarian on economics, interventionist on foreign policy, and extremely pro-Israel? Or will they look very different, closer to a Carlson or an Owens or even a Fuentes? The collapse of the Daily Wire can be seen as a dire warning for traditional Republicans. Young conservatives are now looking on as the Iran war rapidly devolves into a quagmire and seeing all the damage it has wrought. They view this as an outgrowth of Israeli foreign policy, and they don't like it. In a post-Trump future, they'll have little desire to repeat these interventions. Like the Rockefeller Republican of yore, the Shapiro Republican can go extinct entirely. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. That was a pretty good it was if they understood what was happening instead of just screaming in joy that Ben Shapiro is no longer influential. All right. Well, here it is. Here's the clip.
Well,
here's the man himself. The eyebrows in question. He got
What is going on with him? He's like, his eyebrows are having a midlife crisis.
Yeah, you know why he's going out of business? He spent all his money on the best eyebrow stylist in the world. Unreal. All right.
Yeah, it's funny. Before you start, it's funny because I was telling my dad about it, and he was like, "What? No, get out of here." He goes, "What's wrong with the eyebrows?" And he was looking at pictures. He's like, "Seemed fine to me." And I'm like, "That's not the one that we've watched." Like, you got to see like the recent like picture of him. So I found it and showed it, and it's like, this is a lot better. But before it was like, what was going on? His eyebrows were like almost the size of his forehead. So I was like, dude, this has to be fake. But no, whoever his stylist was that day was way off the rocker on it.
There are facial features that are known in legend forever. And there are, categories such as Ben Shapiro's eyebrows and Asmongold's teeth. These are things that make people stand out. And then he stood out a little too much, didn't he?
Well, hello, everybody. Sometimes here on The Ben Shapiro Show, we cover the news. And sometimes we are the news here at The Daily Wire. Well, over the past few weeks, The Daily Wire, you might have noticed, has been the subject of a bunch of hit pieces, like a veritable cornucopia of hit pieces. There was one from the Washington Post, and there was one from Puck. And then finally, there was an especially ridiculous one from the stellar journalists at New York Magazine, who literally plagiarized their hit piece from the Washington Post. So much journalisming, high-level journalisming. Well, this morning, that New York Magazine piece is lighting up the interwebs. It's lighting up X. Well, New York Magazine claims there was a time when Ben Shapiro could reasonably call himself the king of all conservative media. I don't remember that time, but sounds cool. They said that's all over now. The Daily Wire is instituting significant layoffs. Ooh. Well, according to New York Magazine, the future of conservatism isn't traditional conservatism, like free markets, like equal rights before law, like checks and balances, like traditional virtue. That's done. The future, according to New York Magazine, is Nick Fuentes.
Does he have a hair growing out of this ear? Sorry, I'm listening to what you're saying, Ben, but I can see the light reflecting off of this hair. Daniel, did you see this?
No, I didn't quite catch it.
Okay, look, it's gonna shimmer in the light when he turns his head a little bit.
Fuentes confirmed not.
See? Look.
Oh my God, yeah. I can't believe you pointed that out. Now I'm gonna forever see this. It's gonna bother me.
You're just gonna watch it like the cat watches a laser.
Somebody get this man a set of tweezers or something.
Yeah. He needs he probably sells a product for that.
Nazi stand and what?
Wait a second. Nazi stand? Hang on a second. We're going back.
Nick Fuentes confirmed Nazi stand and woman hater and man who will never be able.
Nick Fuentes confirmed Nazi stand? Is that what he said?
Apparently.
Hang on.
Nick Fuentes confirmed Nazi stand and woman hater and man who will never be able to get a human woman pregnant through natural means. Or Tucker Carlson.
He's not wrong about that. Like I can call it like I see it, if he's right about this. That hair is really bothering me though. Once you see it, man.
Confirmed anti-capitalist and Muslim apologist and victim of demon scratching, or maybe Candace Owens, the confirmed slanderer of widows and connoisseur of French testicles. Or maybe Megyn Kelly, click whoring Grandma Groiper over there. Well, New York Magazine writes, quote, the collapse of the Daily Wire can be seen as a dire warning.
Click whoring Grandma Megyn Kelly?
Man.
Oof. Man. That's not nice, Ben. Come on. These aren't traditional conservative values. You need to be nice to women or something.
For traditional Republicans, there are two realities to Shapiro conservatism in 2026. It retains a significant foothold among Republican elites, and it is being fast rejected by the future grassroots of the parties. First of all, that's just wrong. By the polling data, the positions that we take here on the show are reflective of the broad majority of Republicans. That's just the reality. But I figured that we should address all of this head on. So it's true.
Hang on a minute. Did he say the polling that he did for his show?
I didn't catch that. Is that what he said?
It was like something about the polls that they did for the views that they do for, that he has on the show. is like on the majority. Yeah. I wonder why. It's the people who watch your show. Of course, the numbers are going to be skewed that direction.
Well, I think what he's saying is that when he looked at the metrics on his YouTube channel, it showed him that it was mostly people, under the age of 35 watching him. So he's saying we're getting young people.
I wouldn't call that quite young, but sure.
I think that's what he's saying, but it's also
I'm sure he's probably implying that, but still, it's still skewed because it means people who watch your show, of course, are going to have the same views as you, or at least attempt to have the same views.
What he's actually saying here is that old people don't really watch YouTube with the same frequency as young people. That's what he's saying. And so he's saying, well, that just proves that we have the young. No, dude. No.
Wire laid off some 13% of our workforce since the beginning of the year. And that really sucked. It was truly sad because all those people are great. And anytime, we're in business, anytime you lay people off as a business, that really sucks. It's tough. It's bad for them. It's bad for us. And I'm personally working to find other places of employ for as many of these people as I possibly can, because everybody who we let go deserves a job somewhere else. They're great folks. But for our critics, this was all cause for massive celebration. The joyful popping of the corks, or maybe in the case of Nick Fuentes, a victory celebration with Catboys and lubricant. And listen.
Catboys and lubricant? What?
You haven't heard that about Nick Fuentes?
Let me hear the lore behind that one. What?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
I live on a rock, Aaron. Come on, you got to give me a bone here.
Listen, man, I think if there are probably people in my life who think I've watched Nick Fuentes or listened to him just because of what I talk about. Never once. Actually, I can remember the first time I put on his show, as in the only time I put on his show, and I couldn't listen to it. It was whining. But there is a story that he was involved with a furry at some point early
That's
on.
a wild accusation.
Mm-hmm. So that's what Ben Shapiro is playing on right now. And I don't know how true it is because I don't care. I've never cared about Nick Fuentes. But I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah. Okay.
We're honored by the attention. See, here's the thing. People only tend to write stories like this about major American institutions, right? Like Amazon dumps people. It's a big story. Or the Washington Post dumps people. And that's a big story. And thank God we are a major American institution. According to PodTrack, our podcast reach is 41 million people per month. We're ranked 6th globally. We have a total of 11 shows. Paramount, to take an example from that same chart, is ranked 4th globally. They have 145 shows. So on a per capita basis, we're killing it. We are responsible for the 2 most successful conservative documentaries in history, Matt Walsh's Am I Racist and What is a Woman? Just this week, Vice President Vance was quoting our reporting in his fraud investigations, and our White House correspondent, Mary Margaret Olahan, is in the press room asking questions. See, here's the thing. There's no national media coverage.
You know what's crazy, actually? I'm barely hearing anything he's saying. After he said click whoring grandma, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's what this is. Ben Shapiro's entire show could be generated by AI. The script reads like it's something he wrote or his team wrote for him to read off of a prompter. He looks into the camera and says it a certain way. And and there's no camera angle changes. There's no motion outside of his body. A really good AI could just completely replicate this. And that is telling, isn't it?
It always feels like every time you watch him or listen to him, is that AI is reading it off in his voice. Mm-hmm. And like doing the actual video in as if it was him. It's just, that's why I was like, he just feels like he's an android. He just has no form of who he is. It just feels like it's just there.
It's a style of media that's more hypnotizing, brainwashing, explaining. It's not authentic. You have to sit there and listen to the whole thing, and then you'll get it, right?
Yeah.
You know? But most people, this is not the culture that we live in anymore, right? People are attracted toward things that are interesting, and they're trusting their instincts more about what's good and what's not. My instincts say this is just a guy talking, reading off of a thing. You know, like this is something you put on while you're doing the dishes. and then you tune it out. And I remember, this is what's crazy, is I remember listening to podcasts like this in the early days when I thought podcasts are basically radio that you can, pause and play. That was what I thought they were when I first started. And that was like, oh my gosh, early 20s, like, which would have been, oh goodness. Well, a long time ago. Let's put it that way. I thought I thought that was the draw. And then Joe Rogan figured it out that it's more about the conversations and the places you can take things. And the Joe Rogan Alex Jones interview that everyone remembers, that was when everyone realized why people liked it. That was a paradigm shifter for me. Or rather, I think a paradigm shifter for the entire media landscape, because it was now, oh, people don't actually mind when two people get on the air and just talk about anything they can possibly talk about, smoke weed and drink a ton of whiskey, and just go nuts. That's great entertainment. And something broke through there. This scripted, I'm in a suit, I, might not be wearing pants, sitting in front of a camera thing. This is a Zoom call, right? That's what this is. This is a freaking Zoom call. And I don't think he can rebrand, because that's the kind of entertainment that he provides. Doing something different is probably beyond his capacity. How are we doing for time here? Oh, we got 20 minutes. Let's go.
If a top Candace Owens producer and her manager quit, or if Megyn Kelly's YouTube account starts shedding tens of thousands of subscribers a month, or if Tucker Carlson's traffic is disproportionately drawn from Pakistan. We all have our fan base. Those are all things that actually happen, by the way, but nobody really cares very much because, yeah, those people have significant audience numbers, but they don't have any real institutional influence. They are not institutions. That's not true of the Daily Wire. We're big enough that people care when we trip up. And of course, like any business, we have our ups, we have our downs. But as Mark Twain put it, the reports of our death are greatly exaggerated.
So what he's saying is that they matter more because they have institutional power, financial backing, and various connected bodies that work on behalf of the Daily Wire. They have a White House correspondent or whatever. He mentioned that early on in the show, and he's sneering at people like Tucker and Candace for having greater influence than he does.
Seems legit.
Mm-hmm. This is a little like a professor being like, at a third-rate school being like, well, I have classes full of 25 people and they have to listen to me for an entire semester. And Joe Rogan can't get into that depth in a 2-hour podcast. I don't care if he has 1.8 million people listening to him. I outdo him because because I'm smarter, or I work for a university or something like that. This is lawyering. The point is, you don't have influence, Ben. You have institutions, which is old-fashioned. That's it. Institutions are old-fashioned. They can be corrupted. We've seen that a lot. We saw all the colleges, all the universities get corrupted. All of them in one way or another, because that's how they have to live. You were going to make movies, Ben, but you weren't interested in expanding your influence. You were interested in doing the same thing that has been done in the news for decades, almost a century. The model is gone. And on top of that, it's not that the model doesn't work. The model doesn't work with young people especially, and they have very different views from what you do, which are neocon views from the early 2000s. They don't change.
But here's the thing. There's something else going on here. Something very clear going on here. The media left and the woke right, that'd be like Candace and Fuentes and Tucker and Megyn, all of them. Together, the new left, they are attempting to destroy traditional conservatism. That's the whole...
Did you see that? He just called the woke right the new left. This is so left right. This is left right brain bullshit right here. That's what this is. Incredible.
Whole thing here. See, the Daily Wire is the largest traditional conservative media company in the digital space by like a ton, by leaps and bounds. We are multiple times the size of any of these others. We have lots of conversations on our platform between our various hosts about topics ranging from...
So if they're the new left, how are you competing with them, Ben? Did you see that? That little switcheroo he did right there? He's like, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens are the new left. And we're the biggest traditional conservative platform.
You know, I feel like we've heard this before.
Really?
Yeah. It almost sounds like a guy, goes and yells out brain salad all the time.
Yeah, it's just like Mark Levin, isn't it?
That's like, all right.
Yeah, Mr. Brain
I was like,
Salad.
didn't we just hear this whole like spew again? Like, isn't this the same thing? But just, hang on, bro. Just you can copy my homework. Just don't make it look the same kind of thing. It's the same.
It's the same script. It's the same argument. It's not convincing. And it's also not accurate. And it's also read like a eulogy. It's like,
AI to the Middle East, and Catholicism and Judaism and all of it. There's a lot of rich disagreement here at the Daily Wire. But in the end, what we stand for here at the Daily Wire is pretty simple. Truth and virtue and freedom. And that is what the new left, meaning, the old left and the horseshoe right, would love to destroy. It's why the attacks have been coming fast and furious for weeks now. They want to destroy traditional conservatism. It is their goal in life. They want to destroy it for a couple of different reasons. The left for one reason, the woke right for another. In our supposed vulnerability, people from Nick Fuentes to Tucker, from Candace Owens to New York Magazine, from the Washington Post to Megyn Kelly, they see an opportunity to supplant traditional conservatism with a conspiratorial, grievance-addled, nutty version of populism. Or
the amazing thing about this is he's rebranding neoconservatism as traditional conservatism. He's like, they're going off the reservation. It's like, dude, conservative doesn't mean anything anymore. What are we trying to do here?
In Megan's case, just make some quick clicks and cash. It's a lucrative grift. It's a dangerous grift for America. So why is this happening? Well, obviously, for the media left, we get it. We get it. For the media left, we get it. They're always happy to run this grift because they love a right that is crazy. They don't want a right that is characterized by normie beliefs. They want a right that's nuts, because the easiest way to make AOC president in the 2028 election is to have that nutty lady.
No, they don't. Ben, he's like, they want a right that's nuts. No, they don't. They want a right that's predictable. Right?
Yeah.
These conservatives, and this is not to bag on conservatives, but they're predictable. They have a code. You can figure out what they do and how they're going to respond, and you can hack it really easily. Leftists are very aware of this, mostly instinctively. It's really easy to hack a conservative. It's really easy to hack a liberal because they're not as out there. And what he's saying is they want an insane right wing to attack. No, they don't. They really don't want to deal with that, because what they like doing is picking on guys like Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh and all the other guys in the alleged old neocon right, because they're easy. They're easy targets. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just another cope from Mr. Shapiro here. Oh boy. We're only
just a normal day.
We're only halfway through. I think it peters off by the end, because I did listen to part of it this morning getting ready. So we'll see if it's worth finishing, but I'm going to let him go.
Run against a conservative movement that is focused on Brigitte Macron's testicles, or demon attacks in the wilds of Maine, or why the Jews are responsible for your incurable gingivitis and horrific body odor and inability to get a date. Now, as for the woke right, the new left, again, that would be Fuentes and Tucker and Candace and company.
Was that a dig at Asmongold? Did I hear that? Gingivitis, body odor, and inability to get a date?
I would say yes. That sounds like it.
That's crazy.
They're ecstatic about all of this for both business and political reasons. One, they're our competition. But second, they want to tear down traditional conservatism. Their whole goal is to cannibalize the traditional conservative audience. There are, by all available metrics, a hell of a lot more traditional conservatives and rational people in this country than nuts. But their goal
Not for long. Not for long. Not for long, Ben. What is a traditional conservative? People who watch The Daily Wire? What year is this? Is this 2015?
Gut the conservative movement and then turn it into a skin suit for their own perverse politics. That's the whole thing, which is why many of them are now coming out as Democrats. That unity is the thing. That unity is the thing. This is why Russia Today is the official outlet for the Kremlin, right? It is run by the Russian government, is retweeting Nick Fuentes' triumphalism today. Fuentes tweeted out, "I won," after that New York Magazine piece came out, that Fuentes won. Well, I don't know. Living in your basement and streaming for 8 hours a day while jacking off to the Catboys, it's a form of winning, I said. All right, I mean, whatever floats your boat, my dude. You might call the Russia Today Fuentes get-together an online Molotov-Ribbentrop pact. Well, it's also why...
Who are you talking to? Daniel, is he talking to you?
What is going on? That's where I'm at. What is going on?
The Molotov-Ribbentrop? What? I'm too dumb for this. I don't know words and things like Ben does. I don't understand these references. Am I cooked?
Neither do I. I think we're both cooked. You know, we just got to sit back and, have some dirty Mountain Dew and just, really just love it here.
Yeah, exactly. Why does it got to be all complicated, Yeah. What is this?
The Washington Post is happy to quote Candace Owens, the ranting bag lady of the internet, to explain that the Daily Wire's numbers are down. Again, that alliance between the left and the woke right is totally real, and it's active. This is why they are getting together to formulate stories. It is why they are repeating the same talking points. Now, Candace says that the Daily Wire's numbers are down because people don't want to be lectured. And this is the teenage point of view from Candace and Megan and Tucker. They're all saying the same thing. They don't want to be lectured. Don't lecture me.
Yeah, I don't like being lectured either. Do you like being lectured, Daniel?
No.
No, I kind of like listening to people who are talking and learning together. That's kind of my thing.
I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't really like listening to, guys like Ben Shapiro who know everything already and are so certain. I like listening to all kinds of people. Now, his point about the left and the right coming together to destroy traditional conservatism. I wonder what that could mean. Could it mean that there is a revolutionary element forming on both sides of the left and right brain for different reasons, but could it be that the situation is changing and we're no longer interested in sitting around brainwashing ourselves into accepting a system or a way of thinking that is no longer relevant in the year of our Lord 2026?
It could be.
Because the revolutionary right and the revolutionary left also don't agree on many things. The one thing they do agree on is that this has got to stop. They have different visions of the future, but I don't know if Shapiro realizes that's what he's dealing with. It's a completely different mode of thinking. He thinks this is about politics or disagreeing about who to vote for and all of that stuff, and it's, no, dude, that's over. I know you made a career out of political commentary and, brainwashing people into conservative politics and all that stuff and owning liberals on campus and things like that. But the sea has changed. You're a freshwater fish getting dropped in the ocean. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Megan tweeted in March 2026, "You're the coward, Ben, and your moral preening, priggish lectures and holier-than-thou judgments are the reason you are losing fans, and more than that, friends, at a record rate." All these people are on the same script. They're all on the same script. And also, because as people who traffic in crap for sweet, sweet lucre, they would love to be spared the lecture. They don't want to be lectured as they grift. So they're going to do the same thing that, a 13-year-old boy would do.
Grift. Grift. Really? Shapiro, you're accusing other people of grifting. Bowl and branch. That's all I need to say. The man sold bed sheets for years. He pauses for an ad break on Zoom calls. Daniel, you remember that?
Oh my God, yeah, that's right.
Remember, he was like doing a little Zoom call with Matt Walsh, and they were, it's a show for people on the inside. He pauses everything to grift for Bowl and Branch sheets. What are we talking about here? Oh, it's over. He's toast.
If caught doing naughty things on his iPad. They don't want to be lectured. Don't you lecture me. Well, it turns out sometimes in life, people need lectures in decency, in reason, and in truth. You know, people who smear the wives of murdered men, or cover for people who smear for the wives of murdered men. Those people deserve lectures. Maybe the people who revive Nazi propaganda. Maybe the people who have a weird interest in the non-existent testicles of the spouses of...
He's talking about that a lot now, isn't he? Is that the third time we've mentioned that?
I think so.
Did he even watch the documentary about it, I wonder?
Good question, actually.
It's easy to smear it until you see a little bit of the info, and then it's like, is it possible that a French president is married to a tranny?
These are the questions we need to keep asking, you know?
But I mean, Frank, honestly, what year is it? Is that outside the realm of possibility?
Definitely not outside the realm of possibility.
Right. So it's easy to mock somebody calling this into question, but it doesn't seem that weird in clown world now, does it?
No.
So this is just weak. He's on the back foot.
French politicians, or maybe the people who make a cause with, actual Nazi stands. Maybe those people deserve lectures. Maybe the people who are repeating talking points from Hassan Piker and mimicking the propaganda of Vladimir Putin, or people who just randomly start cursing so much and are hanging out with the Groiper adjacent and embracing Islam.
Maybe this is all sidism, right? Like, what side are you on? How can you sit there and talk to Muslims on your podcast? Why are you talking to Russians? Don't you know they're not on our side? It's this black and white thinking, as if you can't learn from people who aren't explicitly on your side. It's left-right brain in a way that I haven't actually thought about and considered in a really long time. You know?
Yeah, I agree, actually. It's so much of like, he argues that, we got to be careful of the far right, but it seems like he has far right thinking here of like, you got to pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
This is, no matter what, you can't get away from it kind of thing, what he's going on.
He's all like, we're trying not to be polarizing, and then is the most polarizing person.
Polarizing thing, yeah. I was like, what are you doing? What are you talking about, man? Ben, you're just completely contradicting yourself here.
He is lost in a world in his own.
All I'm missing is the Phoenix Wright objection screaming aloud over him.
You better thank your lucky stars I didn't put that on the soundboard.
God, it would have been great to hear you. As soon as you had opened up with that, you just hear that blare.
Those people deserve lectures. I don't know. Well, listen, there's always a big YouTube audience for that sort of crap. But let's be real. There's a massive online audience for pornography as well. People addicted to both deserve a bit of a lecture. But let's get back to the central issue. The point of the attacks on the Daily Wire is, of course, not just to attack the Daily Wire.
This is so
It's
pathetic.
to destroy traditional conservatism. That's the whole thing, the entire thing, all of it, every bit of it. That's the whole thing. The reason...
If you don't watch my show, you're a gooner. You jerk off to anime girls and you're useless and everyone hates you.
Mark Levin was right.
Yeah.
You other podcasters need to stop. You need to leave.
He's so used to talking to boomers. Even when boomers aren't watching, he's still talking to boomers.
He's treating his younger crowd, if they're boomers, when he was saying that they're not boomers. But here we are, treated them like boomers again.
Yeah. We need to program a new generation of, like traditional neoconservatives who support everything that happens in the Middle East and only care that McDonald's makes more money for its shareholders and doesn't care about the state of the country, because all that, that's just laziness and we don't see it here. And it's not working because this kind of crap, this kind of Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin stuff works really well on people who live in suburbs in 2008. It doesn't work well on people who are suffering. People don't need lectures when they're suffering and trying to find answers. That's what he said. He's like, maybe these people need a lecture. No. We've heard enough. We know what you're going to think. We know how you think. We know what you think, and we disagree with it. Fundamentally, there is no rhetorical device or argument or logic or reason or whatever to get us to agree with you anymore. Using nice words and sounding like a broadcaster and sitting behind a nice mic does not buy authority anymore. But that's what he's leaning on because he is a freshwater fish in the big open ocean now. That's what's happening.
They're coming after the Daily Wire is because they want to come after you. They want to come after traditional conservatives who believe traditionally conservative things.
Mm-hmm.
It is no coincidence that at the same time, the Washington Post and New York Magazine and all the rest of these legacy left publications are attacking the Daily Wire. They're also writing strange new respect features on Nick Fuentes and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson. The left wants those people to win. By the way, they're not hiding it very well. New York Magazine's piece says, quote, like the Rockefeller Republican of yore, the Shapiro Republican could go extinct entirely. That's what they want, right? They want traditional normie Republicans to go away. It's what they want, and it's what they hope for.
Yes.
And listen, maybe it will turn out that all these people who hate conservatism and what I consider to be traditional American principles, maybe they're right. Maybe it'll turn out that the future of the right, perverted by the algorithmic insanity of the internet, is sloppulism. The Tucker-style grievance conspiracism, complete with the night-scratching demons. Or Candace Owens' usual brand of kookery. Or Nick Fuentes' transgressive Nazi cosplay. Or Theo Vaughn's man-child podcast illiteracy. Maybe that's where the right goes. Maybe that's what comes next.
He has no idea what's happening. Zero.
This is sad. It's like watching your grandpa forget who he is.
He's like, Nick Fuentes is a Nazi. No, he's not. He's not. I don't like him. But this isn't working. There's something interesting happening on the alleged right wing of things. That's where all the cool stuff is happening. It's not here. This is a video that this is a show that you watch in the retirement home. And you think to yourself, man, that young buck sure makes a lot of good points. How old is Ben Shapiro? Can you look that up?
I was saying my guess would probably be early 40s, I think.
Yeah. Wow. It's incredible. It's really incredible.
Maybe that's all
he is 42 years old.
42. Wow.
That was pretty close. I was like early 40s.
Yeah, you were right.
Close.
You were right. I don't know why I was thinking 43. But yeah.
That's also pretty close.
That's crazy.
Coring of the Megyn Kellys of the world and justified by an appeal to audience numbers because none of these people ever appeal to morality. They just point to their clicks.
Yeah, because he has the moral high ground, you see. They have the viewers, but I'm right. I'm right. I was always right. You'll see. You'll see one day. You with your 10 million subscribers. You'll see. You'll see. This kind of like going down with this ship stuff. Where are we seeing this all the time? Mark Levin's doing the exact same thing. I will die on this hill. Dude, you don't have to, though.
We are entering levels of old man shakes fist at cloud levels.
Things are changing. Yeah, I remember when the entire ocean used to be fresh water. Can't we go back to that? It's too late, Ben. The ship has sailed, and it's sinking, and you're on it. And there's a lifeboat. You could do this. You know, Matt Walsh is a fine content creator, and he's funny and has interesting takes. But you guys, even your best boy, Matt Walsh, is still chasing the new thing that's forming over on the right. Matt Walsh just did something about how fake the civil rights movement was. Do you know who did all the groundwork for that? Really? It's like guests on Pete Quinones's podcast. That foundation was laid years ago. And they're catching up because it's interesting and people like information. That's what's hot now.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Good luck.
Maybe Idiocracy wasn't a satire. Maybe it was a prophetic documentary. But here's the thing from where I sit. That does not change one single thing for me. Not a single thing. See, here's the thing. I've been doing this since I was 17 years old. I started off when I was 17 years old writing a syndicated column on politics. I didn't do that because I wanted to get rich that way. That's not how you get rich. I got into politics because I cared about the truth, about saying things that I believe to be eternal and true, because I care about the ideas of conservatism. It's why I've done that for all.
Interesting question. He wrote a syndicated column when he was 17. He's 42 now. Right? So what year was it when Ben Shapiro was 17 years old? 2026 minus 42, right? So he started his career at 17 years old in the year 2001. Very interesting. How does one get a syndicated column at 17 in 2001?
Oh boy, hang on. What day was it by that point? By that chance?
I'm wondering because that means he got a very early start supporting the Iraq War.
So he got a very early start for the most crazy and interesting thing to happen to the U.S.
I'm telling you.
And where nobody felt safe anymore.
Things have changed. We got to finish this out. We're way over time here, or gonna be way over time. But I think that is an interesting year to get a syndicated column at 17.
I agree.
All these years, I care about free markets, and I care about private property, and I care about equal rights before the law, and checks and balances, and the Constitution. I care about all of those things.
I care about things that go on paper in a world where that doesn't matter anymore. Unbelievable.
I care about the America that the founders promised us, and the America that our parents and grandparents fought and worked for. And I'm not going to lie for cash. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell you about the wonders of Moscow supermarkets or the glories of Sharia law in Qatar. I'm not going to pander for clicks by pretending that Erica Kirk might have been complicit in Charlie Kirk's murder, or that perverse and malicious questions about TPUSA's cover-up are somehow a bizarre form of investigative journalism.
Of course you aren't, because you were the guy who appeared on TPUSA sitting in Charlie Kirk's chair the day after he was killed. I'm not going to entertain these conspiracy theories. Of course not. You're on the board. Are we kidding?
I'm not going to wink and nod at the transgressiveness of the Nazi incels.
Look at that face. Look at that sneer. Look at that snarl. Oh, he's mad.
Or chuckle along with people who pretend that a conspiratorial...
Well, yeah, Aaron. He's mad. He brought up Nazis. Didn't you hear him?
Oh, yeah, you're right. He thought about Nazis and it made him really angry. Yeah, I gotcha.
...are the reason your life isn't everything that you want it to be. In the freest and most prosperous country in world history, I'm going to be grateful for America, and I'm going to point out what's great about America and what our principles are. I'm not going to do any of that other stuff. Because here's the thing. I got into this business to do precisely the opposite. I haven't changed my principles. I've been doing this for 25 years. I have not changed my principles. Now, there's a question that I get a lot these days, a lot. From friends, from family. People will come up and they'll say, what happened to all these people? Yeah, they understand New York Magazine and Washington Post and what they are, but what happened to, Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly and all the rest? And I don't know the answer because I'm not a psychiatrist. But here's what I do know. Nobody has ever asked that question about me. No one, because my worldview has not changed. It has not changed. My principles haven't changed because I think those principles are true.
Your worldview has not changed. Do you see what I'm saying about prions in a closed system? Hasn't changed his views in 25 years, incorporating no new information. None at all. And now he's wondering why the thing is dying. Because you are a dinosaur and the meteor just fell from the sky. And you're like, in the flame and wreckage, you're going, I think we should just go back to eating leaves and hunting down tree stars in the land before time. You're done. What a freaking meltdown.
And good. Now, those principles are not going to change. So, in the end, take it or leave it. If people decide they don't want to hear it, it's a free country. That's their choice. But I am willing to bet my future and the future of America that more Americans agree with me than agree with the people who want to destroy the Daily Wire. I'm betting there are a lot more rational people in this country than conspiracy-mongering nut jobs. I'm betting that there are way more people in America who believe in truth and virtue and freedom than people who revel in grievance and demoralization and stupidity. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
You're totally wrong.
Maybe we lose. But here's the thing.
You're losing.
That also doesn't change a thing. It doesn't change a thing. It doesn't matter. Because the only thing that matters is the only thing that has ever mattered to me.
The truth. What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
Oh, boy. Ben, have you ever been so wrong in so many ways?
But what do you think is his only thing that ever matters? What is it?
The only thing that ever matters? Oh, man. For him? Oh, it's got to be Israel.
Well,
the Jews are the only thing that matters here.
Yeah.
His eyebrows, maybe, too.
Yeah.
You just highlighted that only.
All right, let's hear what it is.
Speaking the truth.
Speaking the truth. It's the only thing that matters, the only thing that ever mattered. He doesn't know what the truth is.
You would have caught me off guard if that was the real truth.
The truth. No. This is a major point of disagreement. The truth in the context in which Ben is speaking. The truth in the minds of the types of people who listen to Ben Shapiro. The truth is what they believe already. That's it. That's all it is to them. The truth is what they believe already. It's not an eternal thing that you're seeking out, you're trying to find, you're trying to get new information and discover. The truth is what they already believe. That's why you're losing. That's why he's losing. Period. All right, 7 seconds. We're done.
Whether people like it or whether they don't. Because facts still don't care about your feelings.
That was such a great line. Facts don't care about your feelings. That's right, Ben. That's right.
Yeah, Ben, you go get them.
Yeah, it has never been more over. Wow. No wonder people were talking about it. That was lame.
Yeah, that definitely man had a meltdown.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's about all I got for this here episode. I think that was good. Except I do have one last thing. Just for fun. As a palate cleanser, I have the podcaster of the future just for you. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
It's just a cat sleeping next to a microphone. Isn't that great? I think that's
the best. That's the best podcast right there.
Yeah. Oh, well. Golly gee whiz, brother, we've done it again. And I'm glad to have you back. You know, I like Adam. And people like Adam. We're glad he popped in a little bit. But you add a specific drinkable pizza flavor to this that I don't think he has.
You know, keep bringing up the drinkable pizza, and I'm just going to go Baja Blast myself for finally, get myself out of this world.
Yeah, well, we still got to get that Baja Blast fragrance. So we can take our VR headsets to the Chili's and blow the ladies out of this world,
Yep.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in to the Clowntown Chronicle. We'll see you next time. Hope you have a great week. We bring the weekend you already had back to you on the Monday morning, in which you have to return to your wage cage and pay off that debt. For all you brokies, remember to share the show, remember to like it, and remember to leave a comment. We'll see you next time on the Clowntown Chronicle.
The circus will go on as long as we're around. The clowns have packed up their cars and they're all turned around. For now we must be on our way till our meeting next far away. It's so nice to talk with you. We'll miss you. But we'll see you next Monday.
Life is fiery with its beauty.
Episode 1, me in a closet, talking to a houseplant, 'cause it's all I've got. Mic on a shoebox, chair from the curb. I say roll the ad, but they ain't English word. If we had no donors, no patrons at all, we'd mime the episodes on a strip mall wall. Every soundboard effect is just a dial-up tone, and the credits just say, made by me all alone. So here's to the legends who keep this thing strange. You upgraded our closet to a room and some change, 'cause life's pretty grim in the bargain bin zone. But with you weird heroes, we are slightly less alone.
I don't know. I've never seen that species before.